Rev up your engines! Okay, the Honda Civic Si. A lot of people like them. It's an '07 and the owner's having fun with it. He bought it about a year ago at a good price and he's adding everything he possibly can. The thing about these are, they're highly tunable if you know what you're doing. Now, this guy has learned how to do stuff himself. He's also a welder. You know how I always say, oh, you can't modify these things, you'll ruin them. Don't just put a cold air intake. That's not what this guy did. He's got a K-tuner set up on this thing. He presently has it set up for street. Now, even though it's only got 189,000 miles on it, realize that's only broken in for a Honda engine. This is the modern version. It's a 6-speed. It's gone a long way from the original one. This thing's over 200 horsepower. Got a lot of horsepower, but it can take it. He's a welder. He's planning on putting a turbo on this next and getting about 500 horsepower. That's totally doable on Honda engines. They are overbuilt engines. They can take a lot of abuse. He's bolted on just about everything you can possibly bolt on the thing. He's done the suspension over. He's got just about every bolt on you can buy on this thing. But check inside. What do we have here? A child seat. Yes, these are dependable everyday transportation devices. Now, so far, he's put about $5 grand into the car. You can see he's even taken the air conditioning compressor to get 2 more horsepower. He's got a really good radiator so you can take it without having to worry about the old plastic crap cracking and breaking. So in total, he's got about 10 grand in his car, and it's a screaming car. Imagine what you're gonna get if you buy for $10,000. You're gonna get one of those Chinese-made cars that they're selling for 9,900 bucks in California. This thing's gonna run circles around now. And like I said, being a 4-door, hey, it's a real car you can drive around with your family in when you're not going crazy. Now this guy's gone wild. He's even got subframe collars to make it as stiff as possible. This thing really handles. You don't have to go this far, but if you want to, you certainly can. Of course, it's got that great Honda engine sound. And all that mileage, hey, listen to the engine. The only thing you can hear that on any Honda engine that has that kind of mileage. And watch this, we'll get close to the injectors. Most of that noise is actually the fuel injectors, and he's gonna upgrade them next to 1300cc injectors, so he can get even more go. His gas mileage will go down a little, but these are pretty good at gas mileage anyway. Now this guy's taking modifications to an extreme. He's added a different clutch system on it because the original one doesn't allow you to do power shifting. He's upgraded it so that now he can really drive it hard. This guy's serious about upgrading it. Like I say, if you're gonna do something and do a half-ass job on it, don't bother doing it. But if you want to go the whole way, it can easily be done on a Civic Si. Now, if you have an endless supply of money like some of my customers in Houston had, you could go out and buy a brand new Civic Type R. But every single one of my customers that bought one of those, they were pretty close to $45,000. He's got $10,000 in this car. Now you can see he's gotten serious. The motor mounts he's using polyurethane, but check it out. There's all kinds of ones out there, but he got one, and it was an economy one, but it works great. It still is bolting to where the dog bone mount used to go here. A lot of guys delete it. The more strength you have, the better this thing is going to handle. You're going to get less flexing. Sometimes when you buy things that aren't all that expensive, they're perfectly fine. You don't have to spend a fortune on these. There's so many of them out there. There's so many guys modifying. They sold millions of Civics. There's all kinds of parts out there. And he knows at some point in time, after he bolts his turbo on, he's going to blow up the engine. Then he'll have to put another engine in. But then again, there's tons of Civic engines out there to choose from too. Now, you know I'm always whining about cold air intakes. Check this one out. This is a hybrid racing one. The silicone goes under in the bumper, but if it ever sucks water in, there's a bypass valve here, then it will start sucking air from here, so it won't suck water in. What did I say? You build a better mousetrap, the world will beat a path to your door? Well, this hybrid racing, they know what they're doing. You just need to do a little research when you're getting these things. There's plenty of stuff available. Tuner, which used to be on the dash and is now on the floor so you can see it, has various options to it. Now, he bought the little tablet for $49 on Amazon, and the app was free. So, like I say, you don't have to spend a fortune on these things if you do a little research. Fancy steering wheel on, with the OEM Honda like they had in Japan, and it was about 250 bucks. Even the rear view mirror, it's a Mugen if you know anything about Japanese accessories. Now he's got the original Honda Fit body kit. They don't make them anymore. That's why when you buy one of these, you can have a lot of fun looking around eBay, Amazon, swap meets, you name it. Check out the tires. Look at the grip. He had all 4 tires delivered to his house for under $300. I've seen people with fancy cars, they pay $600-700 bucks per tire. The stuff for these Hondas are not that expensive for quality. Now this is his only car, so he got these all performance tires for all year because he's got little ones that are riding around. You can do this in a Honda. You can get performance, but you can still have safety. As you can see here, he's put a good front strut bar on it so he can turn better, won't get any flex that way. 10 grand he's got into this is screaming. Regular transportation device for the kids, something to have fun with. Hey, anybody can go out and fork out 40 grand and buy something new, but this way, not only do you make it unique, you have fun doing it, and you're doing my favorite thing. You're saving money. Honda starts right up. Doesn't matter if it's been modified. Now, a lot of people go through a lot of systems. They're either too tight or too soft. This guy went through a bunch of systems, but he finally settled on the Tane system. And believe me, it rides pretty smooth. It handles good, but it still rides really smooth. It took him 4 tries to get it right, but hey, if you're thinking about doing it, you might start out with the Tane system and miss out on all the stuff he had to waste his time on. And man, can it corner, but yet it's not too stiff. Those trees are flying by. No problem passing people in this car. Listen to that engine. It's just got that sound. Now he's put drilled and slotted rotors front and rear, so it also stops on a dime. You don't need to buy a car with that. You can add that stuff yourself a heck of a lot cheaper than the manufacturers are ever going to put them on. Of course, he upgraded the clutch. He's got an XEddy in there that can handle up to 400 horsepower. They can actually handle a whole bunch more. If you're going to do these mods, you want to upgrade the clutch so it can handle the power. The transmission won't have any problem, but you need a stronger clutch. And check this. He's got a short throw shifter adapter too. This thing is the bee's knees. Look at that. So if you're thinking about getting yourself a little pocket rocket and you don't mind a little work yourself, you can pick up an Si. You can drive it the way it came if you want. But if you really want to zip around, there's a lot of stuff you can bolt on yourself. Buy on eBay, get on Amazon, and still have a lot of fun for a very little amount of money. And here's some bonus questions and answers. BM3 says, one of your videos about Mazda 3 said some of the redesigned generation from 2018 to 13 had 6-speed automatic transmissions from Aisin. With those transmissions, are those particular Model 3s a good, reliable car? Yes, they are. But the closer to 2013, the better. Because Mazda's getting more and more relationships with Toyota. Now, if you know anything about cars, Aisin is the company that Toyota owns. And they make some of the best transmissions in the world. The other day I worked on a Jeep and it had an Aisin transmission. They realized, ooh, let's buy the transmissions from Toyota. They last a lot better than the crap that we make ourselves. And it was the same thing with Mazda. If you get one, get the VIN number, do a little research, find out. Yes, this has an Aisin transmission. They are excellent transmissions. You would definitely not have too many problems with that transmission. Now you're talking about a used car, and anywhere from what, 13 to 8 years old, if you're buying those older Mazdas, so you always want a mechanic like me to check it out. You can't trust anybody when they're selling a used car, but if a mechanic checks out and says, yeah, it's in great shape. Because I had a customer the other day, was looking at a Mazda, and I checked that out. I said, don't buy it. He said, why? I said, because in the Mazda you're driving, there are 5 possible transmissions that can be in it that year, right? So I looked it up, and they had the absolute worst one, the one that had the most problems of them all and broke down. And they were unlucky enough to be looking at a used one that 4 of those 5 trans were great, but one of them was horrible, and they bought the one that was horrible, that wasn't an Aisin. Well, they were going to buy it. They didn't buy it because I said, don't buy it. It's a pile of junk. And when we road test, I said, feel that? That's the transmission. I showed them my scan tool. See how it's not shifting right up into 5th gear? Said that's because the transmission's going out. Don't buy it. So always do research. See who makes it. Which one? Does this have a problem? But not just that year. What engine? What transmission? Because they put various engines and various transmissions the same year. You got to go deep enough. Or if you happen to know me, ask me and I'll tell you. If you live in Tennessee, bring it over here. I'll check it up and tell you. So if you never want to miss another one of my new car repair videos, remember to ring that bell.